good news of other people and that, in your downline or your customers or something, share some good news with us in the chat. I always love starting off with good news, but I wanted to shout some people out. I got Amanda for hitting binary qualified this month. Way to go, girl. Super excited for you and your binary. Darnell, shout out to you, girlfriend, binary qualified as well. Darnell also hit Emerald for the third month in a row. That is $1,000 bonus. Whoop, whoop. And not only did she hit Emerald, but she also hit 10K, which is way past Emerald. So I'm so excited for her and all y'all that have contributed to that. I know she got binary qualified as well. I don't remember if I said that, but y'all, I had a migraine headache all day. So I'm like trying to fight through it. Shout out to Jennifer and team. Woo-hoo. Ruby, month 3, $500 bonus. That's so exciting. Yay. She had almost 2K in VIP volume. That is amazing. That's like over like $4,000 worth herself. So that's insane. That's awesome. 20 enrollments. Way to go, girl. I mean, I feel like you should be telling us all about that and how you get your 20 enrollments, but we can do that another time. Maybe it ties into what you have to talk about tonight. I don't know. Shout out to Red, who got platinum. Woo-hoo. Increasing that pay 50% on first time orders and 15 on repeat. I love it. Hey girl, get yourself a raise. Okay. You got your first customer, first rock star, right? Yeah. So exciting. I saw Yvonne got her first customer. Correct me, Jennifer, too, because I had pictures, but there were no names. So I wanted to make sure that I shout out the right people. We're welcoming Destiny. Welcome Destiny to the team. What else? And someone else got their first customer too. Michaela, are you on here? I don't know if Michaela's on here. Remind me who this is. I'm sorry. Kate, yes. Okay, Kate and her first customer. Way to go, girl. Christy was binary and she had over 1K in group volume. All right, girlfriend. That's amazing. Oh, just month 2? Okay, whatever, Darnell. I've already spoken into existence. Month 3 is already happening. Okay. I already claimed that for you guys. It's already done, right? Shout out to Michaela. She joined and she has her 3rd customer, just working on her 4th for Rep the Brand. And then what else do we got going on, y'all? So much excitement. Darnell, month 2, month 3 for Ruby. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's all going to happen month 3. It's already there. It's happening, right? So anyways, lots of other exciting news too. I'm so pumped. Jennifer, I'm going to pass it over to you. I know she's got some great tips for us. She's got stuff that she's going to share on like how to take good lighting, good photos, make it attractive and appealing. I'm sure that has to do with her 20 enrollments. So you want to take it over, girlfriend?
Yes. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I was actually writing myself some notes because, truth be told, you guys, I'll be absolutely honest with you, this is something that I am really passionate about. And I gave a training on it about a year ago. There is one posted in the Gummy Gang. I can totally like find it and share it again since there is one recorded. That one I wrote lots of notes for, and I was like really super gung-ho about it because I was like very professional back in the day. It was after we had got back from, I think, one of our retreats where we were taking different content photos. So I didn't actually get a chance to prepare a training. My children were crazy today. I went way too hard this weekend. I actually ended up taking a 2-hour nap, but I have taken photos. I actually like audited a photo class in school back in the day. So a lot of my training comes from like back when, before there were ever apps and things like that that you could use that would help you with your pictures. So I am a very firm believer in setting up your shot before you even consider using like Lightroom and Photoshop and, you know, all of those different Canva and any of those things that you use for I'm sorry, I don't know why my view is still on you, Kristen, but I'm gonna turn it back to gallery. That's okay. Looking at July for, what are you
Where's the
talking
shout
about?
outs? I have more shout outs. I was like, this isn't right. There's more. I don't want to cut you off though. I can do
That's
that
it.
again.
Do you want to continue with those then?
Yeah, do you mind? Sorry. If you're
No,
right, maybe
that's fine.
more notes.
Okay.
I was like, this doesn't seem right. What's happening? And then I'm like, oh, I forgot. When I had to restart my computer, it was still on July, not June. Anyways, I mean, shout out to Amanda for already and Darnell for binary qualified this month already. Hey, that's exciting. Okay, Brittany Metcalf was already binary qualified last month too. And Eddie was binary qualified last month. Christy, I know we shouted you out, girl, and Darnell and Greg and Jennifer and Christina Robertson. I also wanted to shout out people with their VIP volume. Here we go. Sorry, Jennifer. I don't want to put you off, but I'm like, I think it's something worth recognizing. Shout out to Eddie at 2,500 in VIP volume. Jennifer, 2,100. That's amazing. You were right there next to that 2,500. But that's incredible. Darnell with she had 1,200, over 1,000 in volume. Brian Robertson, over 1,000 in VIP volume. Shout out to Brittany with over 500 in VIP volume. Lots of you guys with lots of VIP. Greg over 500, and we had Sherry right there too, and Michelle working her way up through all that VIP volume. You guys, like, so much excitement. I should do like maybe a top 10 of the team of something. I don't know what I should do top 10 of. But maybe I should introduce shout outs like that. I think that would be fun. Okay. I think that's good with some shout outs. We can always share some more. I do want to get some graphics going too and like blast it all over social media. I need to still recognize June. Anybody else like feel like they're in a time warp here? I'm like, what day is it? It's already July 5th. Okay, got it. Okay, now I'm handing it back over to you, Jennifer. I'm sorry. I'm done.
That's fine. It's totally fine. I don't know why it doesn't go from like your face to my face when I have it on the speaker view. I don't know why. Because I'm recording, so like I'm all jumbled up, but like every time I go to speaker, it goes back to you. So we're just gonna leave it on gallery view. So just so you know, everybody, if your camera is on, you are on the recording. Sometimes it's not that way, but it is today. So that's okay. It's fine. It's our small team training. Not a lot of people see these, but anyways. Okay. So as I was saying, I didn't actually prepare a super big training. So this is going to go one of two ways. It's probably either going to be really quick or I'm gonna get really long-winded and just cut it out of nowhere. So just be prepared for that. I kid. All right. So first and foremost is this: you are now a content creator, whether or not you like it. All right. That's part of what this job is about. So there's a couple tricks and a couple things that I feel like would behoove you to know, and something that you should pay attention to, some things you should pay attention to whenever it comes to taking your photograph, because you want to be a scroll stopper, right? That's the whole point of this. Whenever we are posting our stuff on social media, your picture is the first thing that catches people. Usually like a little bit of your text might, but if your text doesn't stop them, your picture is your second chance. It's either your first or your second chance, right? Sometimes you see the picture and you go back and you read it anyway, right? Even though you might have started skipping over the words. So this is really, it's the point where you get people's attention that don't know you, because people who don't know you, that don't know your name, are going to scroll past what you have to say, but they're going to stop on your picture, maybe, if it's a good picture. So let's try to have you guys take some better quality photos, just so you know. Number one, first and foremost, if you have ever heard me speak, I am sure you know I have said before, clean your lens. I will say it 101 times over and over again. I can spot a dirty lens from a mile away. Microfiber cloths are next to nothing. A cotton shirt works just fine. It doesn't matter. Water drops, smudges from your fingers, drops from your coffee cup, a cracked phone protector is going to leave you with like, it's just not a quality photo. Okay. You're not going to get the crisp shot that you want. And if you don't get the crisp shot that you want, there is no amount of sharpness in an app that is really going to save that. So the first and foremost thing is to make sure that your phone lens is clean. Okay. Now that I've stressed that, right? Everybody know, number one, Clean lens. That's number one. It is seriously, it will make a world of difference. You're going to notice yourself too. If you start doing it for yourself, you're going to start doing it when you take pictures of your kids. And when you start taking pictures of your kids and you have a better picture of your kids, you don't have a smudge of your fingerprint over their face, wherever they were doing that cute thing, you're going to just feel better. It's just going to become second nature. And when you take out your phone, you go like this or like this, right? Like I'm constantly rubbing my phone on my boobs and people probably think it's weird. I don't care. My pictures look good. Okay. So second thing is your phone is an investment at this point. You are now a content creator. You now have a tax write-off. You can write off your phone. Your phone is a piece of equipment that you need for your business. It now becomes a tax write-off, just so you know. So if you have been waiting to get a new phone for whatever reason, you have enough, a little bit of extra funds to get it, do it. It is worth the investment for yourself and for your business to have something that is operable in a way that functions, okay? It can be the difference between making or breaking you whenever you get big. And I don't want to be like, I'm not saying that you have to have the best of everything, but definitely when you have the camera that does the slow zoom and it's making portrait quality videos, it's eye-catching. Whenever you have the next groundbreaking thing that not everybody else has, it stops people scroll. So like I can tell when people are shooting their videos with a 14 rather than an 11 iPhone, you know, I know that. So just know that whenever you make that next stop, that next jump, write that off, write it off. You can write off, I don't know that you can write off the full portion of it, but you definitely can write off like half. If you use half of your phone for your business, and say you're using half, because you totally are. Doesn't matter if you are or not. Anyways, okay. So think about that new device. All right. The other thing is though, learn what you have for now. Okay. That's number one. Learn what you have. I want every last one of you in here. Can you please drop in the chat if you are on iPhone or Android, just so I know, and I will be forthcoming and tell you I don't know a lot about Android. So that's like I say, hey, Misty, I see you have Android. So I'm going to go with, I hope that there are these same qualities on an Android as there are on iPhone. I will tell you that iPhones, just for a consideration, iPhones are like an iPad. There's a lot of Android user here. Okay. Which is fine, but hopefully you guys have these same sort of things that I'm going to talk about. I know where to find them on iPhones. I don't know where to find them on the iPad. Anyways, on the Androids, but you can get like an iPad, I guess, or any sort of other Apple device, and just Apple programming, the iOS programming is a lot easier. So there's a lot of apps that actually go to Apple phones first, because they don't have to be like specifically made for each Android phone. So just so you guys know that too, whenever it comes to working these sorts of businesses, I'm not telling you to switch your whole provider, but fun fact, apparently the iOS is easier to make, like go across the whatever. So, okay. If you have your phone app, hopefully you have a couple of things. I'm going to talk about a few things here. When you go into your photos and you can take a photo, most pictures, or sorry, most cameras have like a zoom. My phone has a 0.5 zoom where it like takes everything back. So it like almost makes my, like where I can get really close to something and it gets in super detail. And then I have a 2 zoom. So I have something that'll double my zoom in. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Where it's like literally a scroll. I actually have on my phone where it will go up to a 10 times zoom. But when I get up to that 10 times zoom, it starts getting blurry and grainy. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? That's something I want to mention. Try not to take too many of your pictures in those zoomed lenses, okay? This is where you actually want to take your photos less zoomed, and then you zoom in by cropping them, because the pixels on your 1x lens is a lot better pixels. So if you all are in the habit of zooming in when you take photos, I want you to try to stop that. I want you to try to stop the zoom in on the taking of the photos, unless it's like obviously like a gummy or something. But for instance, if you're taking a picture of somebody, I want you to start literally walking your body closer. Okay, don't stand where you're at 10 feet away and zoom your phone with your fingers to get it closer to them. I want you to actually move your body 5 feet closer to them to get a closer picture, if that's what you want to do, because you want to keep that pixelated, you know, the pixels to where they're the best. Okay. Another thing along those lines is I want you to pay attention to the background that's in your pictures from now on. A lot of people don't pay attention to the background that's like, for instance, okay, I cannot stand giving lives in my garage because of this. I can't help this though. But for instance, like this is not a good background for my photos. I try not to take too many pictures in my garage because there's a lot going on in here, right? You want a clean background in your pictures. You want, contrasting colors are really nice. Right now, I'm very washed out against my background. If you notice this, I've got like white here with a white shirt on, right? Like if I was taking a picture for a business post, this would be a really crappy shirt to have on because I blend right in. I should go move against a green background or a blue background somewhere, right? So you can kind of think about that too. Think about how your outfit plays against what you're near, what you're walking past. Sometimes your content photos, you guys, it doesn't have to be some crazy planned out event. It just has to be something as simple as you being cognizant as a content creator of you wearing a really beautiful blue shirt and somehow ending up against a bright yellow background and being like, hey honey, can you snap a picture of me real quick and just do a cute little like woohoo, and you save that in your arsenal for later on. Okay, like learn the colors of the clothes you wear and how they go against the backgrounds. Learn the colors in the color wheel and how the color wheel plays out. Quite literally, like how blue is opposite of orange, right? And red is opposite of green. Those sort of colors that kind of work together well and work together in offsetting each other. Along the lines of that, pay attention to the balance that's in your photos. If you have something in your photo, if you're looking at my screen right now of where I'm at, if you were to put a crossbar going across the middle of me, like right, literally, right? Like this is my middle crossbar, my head is the top, right? If you put something in this quadrant here, you want a little something in this quadrant up here. If you want people paying attention to what's here, you want it big here and you want a small something up here because that offsets the balance of your photo, right? If you only have something heavy here, it's almost like your whole photo dips down. Are y'all following what I'm saying? There's actually, so people say to draw a tic-tac-toe board. See, now I'm old school. I learned it in quadrants like that. People say draw a tic-tac-toe board though, and go with the crosshairs of the tic-tac-toe board. So like you can focus on putting things in those quadrant points. Another thing to pay attention to, please, please, for the love of God, especially if you're a woman, pay attention to straight lines and poles, especially where they're at between your legs when it comes to photos, okay? It just ends up looking funny. And whenever the poles come out of your heads different places, but I have seen it more times than not, y'all. Like another thing too, I just want to mention in case nobody knows, don't use stickers inside of apps on naked photos, not of your children, not of yourself. Like quite literally, those can be removed very easily, like very easily. Don't do it. Don't trust putting those stickers over your kids' private parts and posting them on social media. That's just something from my own personal, hey, I've seen it a few times and it's just, there's too many freaking creepers out there. Keep the kids off social when it comes to that sort of thing. Anyways, don't cut off your limbs. That's another big one, okay? Whenever you all are taking photos, try to pay attention to if your arms are like literally like you have no hand at the end of your photo, but your other hand is in the picture. That looks kind of funny. So if you can, try to keep all of your extremities in the picture where appropriate is a good thing. Well, that's what they're gonna say. Get used to using your self timer. This is going to be your saving grace. All of your pictures don't have to be selfies. You don't have a camera guy? So freaking what? Use your 2-year-old or learn how to put your phone on a counter somewhere with a self timer. You can buy a selfie stick off of Amazon for like 15 bucks. I don't have mine out here with me, but I have a really nice one. I got it for like 15 bucks. You totally should spend about 30 if you want one that's going to stand up against the wind. I will say, pay attention to the base of the tripod that you're getting and try to make sure the base is at least 2 feet wide. Like whenever I open up my tripod, it's only like, it's like maybe the size of a large dinner plate, and it's just not enough whenever I get it up to 4 feet high with a half of a pound phone. It's not very stable. So pay attention to the reviews if you want something that's real stable, but just for the simple fact of like setting it up on the counter and something holding it, mine works just fine. But a tripod, and learn how to use your self timer. My phone has the way I can do it on iPhone is you literally just swipe up. Like if I'm on the photo, I'm on photo and I pull up on this, like on the bottom there, it brings up all these little extra things. You guys see that? I don't know if you know that this is a thing. And then you can change your exposure on there. You can change your, my favorite setting to do is the vivid filter. I take pretty much all my pictures in vivid. So if you click this little like 3, almost looks like the Olympic circles, and then there's a filter that says vivid. It's just by sliding it over one, it just kind of makes everything pop a little bit more. It makes everything a little bit brighter looking. It's a really simple filter to use to just throw on your pictures, and like it kind of changes the look of everything. There's a vivid warm, a vivid cool, dramatic warm, dramatic cool, and then there's like a couple different black and white filters that are native in the iPhone, and you don't even have to use like any of those outside apps. Okay, you can also edit right in here the size of your photo. If you ever wanted to, you can change it to square just by clicking the little 4. It has like a 4 and then the :3, which is 4:3, I think. And then if you just hit that, though, it says square on mine. So I think you all could probably change the sizing of the photos that you take too, if you ever are making different graphics for, I don't know, different thumbnails and stuff like that. That's when that sort of stuff can come in useful if you know how to use it, just to have to be taking them directly. Say, Kristen, I feel like you had something to say there.
I'm like an Instagram is like a square, whereas like
Right.
a Facebook could be longer, or your stories could go.
Right. Yeah. No, so yep. So that's why the square for like definitely for your Instagram stories that's I think probably where that came from, because iPhone was good with the Instagram. But anyways, that's just a few small tips. If anybody has any questions about taking photos or whatever, I am happy to answer them. I'm not a professional photographer by any means. I did take like I took school. I did 2 classes of like actual dark room development and like, doing different, just like, again, it's like it was how to set up the photos. I did like the old school timey photos with like the film, back in the day. But I have developed a passion for it, and I feel like I do a good job taking pictures. So it was something I was comfortable at least coming and giving a little speech on. That's all I really have that I wrote down to talk about, just because those are like the basics. That's what you need to get first. Clean lens, good lighting, right? Good lighting, check your background. And I do want to mention that if you're new, take good before photos. You are going to prop your phone up somewhere in your house that you can recreate again very easy, preferably with good lighting, not direct sunlight, but you want a nice lit room, like, first thing, the first morning sun, whenever, you have like 9 o'clock in the morning before it's like high noon, and you got that nice morning dawn kind of lighting coming in there. Get your tripod out, set it up so where you don't need the filtered light on, and just get a good before photo. Stand in the same position with your arms down by your side, take a couple different ones, save them for you. You don't have to show them to anybody ever. That's fine. But I can assure you that there is going to be a time at one point you're going to be like, is this even working? And if you don't have that photo to go back to see, you might not realize, in fact, how much it really does work. So those are very nice to have. And then maybe one day down the line, whenever you take your after photo and you see that smile that you have and you see the glow, you're going to want to share both of those pictures. And it's even nice to see where you come from year after year, whenever you start taking photos for yourself and you take photos for your business, how much better you get. Like, I think it's funny whenever I see my stories from 2 years ago now. I'm like, that was so amateur and so great. I love it. But like, we all start somewhere, right? And so if y'all are sitting here and you ever look at me or you look at Kristen or you're looking at Amanda and you're like, God, I wish I was like them. They're great. They know how to do it. Look, people thought I was amazing, like back when I first started too. And I look back at myself then and I'm like, that was, wow, I did that. And it's just so you know, you don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. There's other people looking at you and you are inspiring them every single step of the way. So it continues to perpetuate itself, and it's really a beautiful thing. So thanks for having me. I'm gonna check the chat. I'm gonna mute myself now.
You made me think of a few things. I actually was trying to get into film school when I was in college. They only accepted 4 people a semester, didn't make it. And then I applied to College of Communications, didn't make it either. But I took a lot of communications classes, and a lot were about film and lighting and angles and sound and all that stuff too. So you were talking about like the T, right? We learned in 3s. I don't know what, like there's like the middle and then the 2 sides. And so if you're on one side, you have like, you can do like a couple spaces over here. They said like most of the time people won't be like center angle for some reason. Like, I don't know, it's more eye catching if you're on one side or another. I don't remember the reason why, but that's always like an idea or something. Also, I was going to say, like, try out some different angles, like maybe try the low angle. Sometimes we're afraid of the low angle, but if you can do it right. So like Manny took this one. It's taken him a very long time. I'll be real honest. I've had to do some coaching, the one I posted like this, I was like, I need you to get down and like kind of turn it different ways and just start taking different photos. So like he listened. So we got a few ones, try different positions. Don't be afraid to just kind of be extra and go all out. This one, I don't know. We'll have to play around and see if I like any of the ones, but I'm like, go from the low angle, and we just found a cool background. And also you want them eye-catching, right? You want them bright, colorful, something where people like, oh, it stops the scroll. So let's say you have a photo. I'm going to try and find a dark one because I took one in the aquarium. Let me see if I could, or let's say even this one. Let me see if it will work for this one. So this is me and the kids at a little ice cream thing. It was super cute. It was like a little bus. So whenever it pops up on Facebook, I click that like edit button, and then I go to the effects, and I do this on every photo so it stays constant with every photo that I post on Facebook, because I want people to also be scrolling. And if it has a certain filter, like if I use the same filter, like I just subconsciously want people to be like, oh, that's Kristen's photo, because I'm using the same filter every time. I don't know, I learned that whenever. And so like, some people will use like a crackly filter and they always use the same one, especially on Instagram. They do that a lot. It's like a part of their branding. So I go here whenever this opens, just that first one on Facebook. I don't know if you can really tell. Let me see if I can push it while I'm, oh God, look at my nail, it's so long. No, this way. You can kind of see it. It's hard, but like on the Zoom, but it brightens it up automatically. And it brings out the pinks, it brings out like the blues and the purples and different certain colors. So, I mean, that's super easy to do. You don't have to even download anything. It's right there on Facebook. I just click that every single time I upload a photo. So like, I don't know, I don't know the name of the filter or anything, but it's just the one that I use every single time. So hopefully like as people are scrolling, they see it. It's just like subconsciously. I know Dara Lynn uses a lot of like the rainbow, right? Like there's one of the editing apps, I forget which one, Facetune, maybe it is. And you can add like a rainbow, like when the light hits, how the sun can make like a little rainbow, whatever. She adds that on to most of her photos. So like, that's kind of like her thing. So I know it's maybe a little more advanced, and Jennifer, it's good we just kept it basic, but just a few things that I feel like discovered along the way with taking photos. I think that's all I wanted to add. How do you blur your background? Okay, I use BazArt.
I use portrait mode if I'm just native in my phone. You can use portrait mode as well. I will say that if you are in your phone and you are using portrait mode, you can You can do that in same thing. So like, this is what portrait mode looks like on Facebook. Oh, hey, look, hey, there I am. All right, so let's see. If you go up, there we go. You can change your f-stop. Oh, there's your filters. That's the filters I was talking about. So these are the native filters. I use the Vivid. And then there are your f-stop. So if you're looking at your f-stop, the F20, watch this Cannabis is Medicine in the background. See how it gets crisper as I change my f-stop, and now it's getting blurry again. So that's how, if you change your f-stop, f4.0 is standard. That's like the typical like photographers f-stop. F4.0 is like, if it's me and my hand is kind of just genuinely like naturally in front of me, I'm still going to be in focus. If you change it a little bit more to like the f5.8 is like, I think the next stop there's like different I don't know what the right term would be, but like tick marks along the way, like it's funny because you might have them all. It's literally F2, F2.8, F4.0, F5.6. These are all actual photographer f-stops. I don't know what they all mean. It has something to do with how far the depth of field is in focus. So the higher up your number goes, the more is in focus. So if you are trying to take a picture of like 2 children playing, but you want the entire background blurred other than the 2 kids who are probably within 3 feet of each other, you would set this f-stop to like F16. And hopefully the 2 kids are in focus, but the majority of like the background buildings and like, you know, the stuff in the field would be out of focus. But if you were to set that to like an F2, one of the kids' fingers is going to be in focus on the ball, but the rest of the kids are going to be blurry. And then like the entire background is next to not even visible, you know? So like that's the range of blurring backgrounds in portrait mode, at least. Kristen, I don't remember, what were you going to say? I'm sorry, but I totally zoomed over portrait mode. I didn't mean to. I also have some fun settings right within my camera here on portrait mode where I can change it to like different lightings. Like y'all see, did y'all see that? It's got like studio lights or black and white lighting, and then it like is just me. Like that's just my phone doing that. So like I have all these really fun things, right? You have them too if you have an iPhone, probably, like, just, and you probably do if you have Android, have something like this. Just I don't know how you get to them. Sorry. I'm not familiar with
I like the contour. If you go to portrait and then you like move it around, if you pick contour, it's kind of like it filters your face without putting a filter. So it like smooths out blemishes or different things and just makes it like just more smooth. So try playing with the contour there. If you have already taken photos and you're like, I didn't do the background, which I didn't even know that, Jennifer, so thank you. I just learned something. Oh, that's awesome. The Bazart, I think it's called. I don't know. Amanda told me about it. It's a B Bazart. And then you just add a picture, you choose a photo. Let me just pick something really fast. What's okay? Here's this one.
So Bazart is good, and I had that for a long time. We all kind of use that, I think, because of Lula days, back in the Lula days.
Okay.
To use, but there's also another one out there called Snapseed, and I think Snapseed is completely free, and it's like really good actually. For Bazart is a lot more user friendly, but the version that was worth it to me was like $7.99 a month. I don't know. I don't even remember what the free version did though, because I ended up getting the paid version because I really just wanted all the extra stuff. Now I actually pay for Canva because Canva is a lot easier for the graphics, because I was just tired of it. So I got rid of all the other things, but those are always options too. Once you know, if you feel like spending the money on these extra apps, y'all, please know that they are tax write-offs. So this is stuff that you are using for your business. So if you're filing even as a sole proprietor, you can keep those keep the receipts, keep the app receipts, keep your spreadsheet of what you use every month. Your internet service, a portion of your internet service can go off on your taxes now. Portion of your phone bill, because you work from your phone, can get written off on your taxes. So like, even though you are spending money to do this business, hopefully you see at least a little bit of a kickback in the end if you end up, you know, filing your taxes right way. I know a good tax lady for you if you need one. So she actually used to work here. She's amazing. But anyways, does anybody have any other questions at all? I hope that was valuable of some sort, at least gave you a few little like tips and tricks. Take a lot of photos. There is no harm in taking more photos. You don't get to take more photos once you're done with the scene. So like literally, if you need to punch to get the good shot, do it. I have, if you look in my selfies, and the selfies, like literally in my selfies album, it's me doing the same poses over and over and over again, because that's what it takes to get the shot that you want whenever you want it, right? Is actually taking all of those pictures. So please don't think that those of us who have the good photos are getting them on the first shot, because we're not. We're taking 20 to get there. Okay. So if you're not taking 20 photos, you're not going to find the best one. And that's totally a photographer thing too. But okay, I think I am done. I'm done blabbing my mouth. I don't know, Kristen, if you got anything else, but I want to say thank you to my team for showing up.
Yeah, that was so good. Thanks, y'all. I know it's summer, so and it's like still 4th of July week, so there's probably people traveling and stuff, because I know we normally have like a few more than this, but there's a lot going on, so we completely understand. So this month, so much is going on. You know, we extended the 10%. So follow up with people, and it's such a good way to get back and be like, oh my gosh, this was extended. I know you weren't able to put it in your order in yet, but it's actually through Friday, which is payday. So I love that they extended that, because I know I had people that like were just distracted yesterday and just in the day before too, just things going on. And so maybe now we're getting back on track. I know Manny went back to work. I started working again today. Like, so we're starting to get back into routine. So I think that with the next few days having the sale, and like it's on packs too. So those 220, 225 drip sip sleigh, they're getting 22.50 off. So that's at least shipping that they're saving. So that's a pretty big savings, even though 10% doesn't sound like much. I mean, on a pack like that, that's a good amount. Like I would get started if I could save 20, 25 bucks, you know? So, and also for yourself, I subscribe and save. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what am I saying today? God. I did the subscribe and save because you get the 10% off as well. And you can always edit and change it. So that's giving dollar for dollar volume as well. It's helping you save money plus the 10% off. So definitely take advantage of that. Get that set up. Like my goal for everybody this month is like getting as many people qualified and active as possible, and as many people binary qualified as possible. So let's dive deep into your binary starting now, and let's just see what can we work on, because you probably already have some already built up and working on, and it might not be as far away as you think for binary qualified. Like I should give us a number, like how many we should have binary qualified, at least, I don't know, 15 or 20, and then I can draw for something. Also I need to do other drawings too, so you all don't let me forget. Okay, I think that's it, but I know we're gonna have a great July. There's already craziness going on with the month. It's exciting and working towards our goals. So, all right, you guys, I hope you have a good night, unless anybody has anything else they have to say or want to say.